And then Instagram story and YouTube shorts and TikToks and all that, same idea. All right, I'm not sure if this is gonna make the cut or not, but I just think it's crazy that I'm about 30 to 40 minutes into this and we already have something that looks like this, that functions really well, right? You can drag everything in. This data isn't set up, but the fact that all of this is here still needs to be programmed. But just that it looks like this within 30 minutes, like before AI, this would have taken, I mean, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And not even for one person, maybe for a couple of people to do it well, right? But you come in, you have data ideas, you drag it onto here, and then the tokens, because when you have a subscription, you'll have a certain number of tokens. It's just crazy that you can do this fast, right? Now you need to map everything out properly and have an idea and know what format you want to do it and figure out how you're going to format the API and basically plan everything out before, right? When we do these projects, we've brought, I think, 5 products now, from nothing to like full functional products, some of which have 50,000, 100,000 users. Others are generating tens of thousands of dollars per month, like just insane stuff. And so we've done this a bunch. And the best way, you plan out exactly what you want it to look like, and then you come into whatever code tool you use, again, Cursor, Cloud Code, Codex, it doesn't matter, and lay it out, and then just talk it through the finer details as you're building it out. So yeah, anyways, quick update, literally 30, 40 minutes in. Now this is the fastest point. You can go 0 to like something that looks pretty much there really quickly, sometimes even in a day or half a day. But then when you actually get it ready for production and you have payments and everything and users, or you have a bunch of users under the same brand account and all that stuff with the database, that definitely takes quite a bit longer. But yeah, anyways, just an update. If this does make the cut, which would be cool, then you guys will see this turn into a full-blown product after. So yeah. Okay, we're back. October 1st. I think I recorded the last video you saw 2 days ago. Yesterday I worked on it for about half the day. Today about half the day. Have to go to a dinner and I was doing taxes stuff, but let's look at where everything is. So now all these elements come in, right? You have text, it gives you a default YouTube video for fun. Anyways, but yeah, so let me show you some other examples. So let's say you're on LinkedIn, you want to put this on your sheet, you just paste it right in there, or you can go to social media, drag in the link and do it, which will take a second to load, and then there it is. So let's say you want to use this LinkedIn post as context to do something else. You could also tie it into the AI chat as well, right? So you just take the LinkedIn post and you set it as context. That's a bad video to do it with. So let's say you were going to use Nick's video here to do that. You would just copy and paste this. You could just paste this video in here. Let's say you want to use this as context as well. Then just drag that into it. And then now this chat has all that context, right? Where you can go and talk to it and have conversations. Text is another one. If you want to use voice, which hopefully this doesn't screw up the recording I'm doing right now. But you can have a conversation with it, take all of that and use that context in the chat as well. You click stop, it transcribes the entire thing. And then, yeah, you just pull that context and do it as well. And I mean, there's a bunch more in here. Text we already have right here, so I don't need to do it. Website, let's say I take my main website that I never really use because people just come inbound. But let's say I paste this here, and then it grabs all the context from my website, right? And then yeah, I could just tie all of that into it as well. And documents, photos, I'm not going to do that because photos uses your computer and I don't want to show private stuff. Documents, same thing. And then groups is interesting, where you can put a bunch of stuff together all in one group and then just reference that group, right? Which is super cool. So yeah, a few more things, but this is what, like maybe 2 full days in and you've got this entire system set up that works quite well, I would say. The last thing is if you go here, log out, and then you log in. I'm just calling it Copy AI because I haven't figured out a name yet. But you email yourself the login link, which comes up here, which I think looks super cool, by the way. Red as well. So yeah, this entire thing is what, like 2 days in. I mean, this would have taken at least 2, 3, 4 weeks before. It's just insane how fast you can do this stuff if you're really good at it and you know what you're doing and you're good at cursor and all this stuff to go through and do it. So yeah, I'll follow up soon. Oh my God, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, let's cut that. Let's wait for this one. Let's try this. Let's tell it to try and find its flaws and then see if it can make itself better. I built a lot of agents, and this is actually a very good way to make it improve on itself. When it was in a, okay, so how an agent works. Let's say there's a customer service inquiry, right? No human is involved. The AI is doing the entire process itself, and I needed to give it the ability to figure things out while doing it all automatically, and this is a really good way to do that. So, but you also give it an out, right? You say, if it is perfect, just leave it, or else you can end it up in a never-ending loop, which AI actually does quite often, especially if you were just to prompt it like this. It would be never-ending. Okay, like this is pretty good. And then it's gonna build on top of all the ones that we've already done, right? With this much better prompt, I'd say. So anyways, either this will suck or be really, really good. It's either one or the other usually. 5,000. Okay, I kind of like that. I like it. That's the one. All right, done. So we download this. Beautiful. I like it. All right, good. We got the name. We got the logo. Now time to put it all together, host it, and then I'll jump in when that's all done. Cool. All right. I don't know why I'm blurry, but anyways, I want to make a video to wrap this up. So here we are in the actual site, and let's just go back to here so we could see all the boards. So the whole idea of this is to write copy really quickly, right? And use a bunch of stuff to basically base that content off of, right? A really good example for this is, well, actually we could do one right now. So if we go to YouTube, and let's say a bunch of people need to write VSLs. I need to write a bunch of VSLs for what we're doing, right? So if I do how to write a VSL, I know that Daniel Fazio has a really good video on this. And then Jeremy also has a really good video on this. And Hormozy has a good video on this. So we could probably take Daniel's how to write a VSL, this video, okay? And we take all these links. I just sped this up as well. So let's use this board. Let's delete that. Let's post this YouTube video, right? It says processing. Wait.
Attention video creators.
We just sped it up, so it's actually really quick. As you'll see, it used to take about 2 minutes before, and now it'll take.
This is an ad letting you know that.
Now it'll take about 15 seconds, I think. Boom, done. And then we pull in all these videos, and then let's say we want to tell the AI, like, use the frameworks that these guys have for writing VSLs and then help us write a VSL on our offer, and then I just explain the offer and it takes all of this context and helps write it, right? This is a great use case for this tool. But just to show you it works, all the videos are done processing. So nodes, break it down. And then GPT-5 can take a couple seconds to do it, but then it reads all this data, right? And then you just talk to it like a chat, and you can have it write copy or do whatever you need, right? So this will generate, you can also put it full screen, just so it's much easier to work with. Has search and everything you could need, images. Yeah, GPT-5 takes a second, so there we go. Yes, got all 3 nodes, and then it just breaks everything down, right? And then you can talk to this. So this is how it works. And you can add a ton of nodes, right? Chat, social media, you can drag in whatever links or just paste it right to the board. Voice, images, text, websites, and then documents. So let's say you have a bunch of stuff that explains like the tone of your voice. You could pull that in, and then groups where you could just basically pull all these YouTube videos in and just talk to it as a group, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and then if you look at this, clearly it understands it, right? It broke everything down and just makes it super easy to write copy or analyze sales calls or any of that stuff. And then the beautiful part is that you just save this VSLs and then it's there, and then whenever you need it, you just star it and come back and go to the board and you have it, right? YouTube video YouTube video scripting, another massive one. It takes so long to write a good YouTube script. So being able to drag in good examples of this, and then I also like the content that this guy was doing, right? Related to AI. And then same thing again, I'm scripting a YouTube video, just put it all in here, tell it what you want, and then it will use all this context to write a beautiful script that you can use to make videos that end up generating you leads or whatever you're trying to do with it. And then Instagram story and YouTube shorts and TikToks and all that, same idea. Ben has really good videos on this. I think his hooks are really good. So you could say, basically refer to the group and say, get hook examples from this, right? And then ChatGPT is really good at scripting YouTube videos. They're just engaging, and her ideas are also really good, right? So you drag that in, and then I think Sirio, same idea as Cat. So you drag in all that context, and then yeah, you can select all the models, and I think that's a pretty good breakdown. And then over here, if you log out, you also have an account page where everything is. You can see all the transactions, which is beautiful. And then if you log out, the login page looks like this, which is super simple to use. And then the landing page, hold on, I probably need to log in. I love the color of that, by the way. So if I go here, log in. Okay, and then on the landing page, it'll look like this. I'll probably move the logo. How founders and marketers write killer content and copy that converts, right? Super simple. I'll put a video here, and then all the context just like this. All of this generated by AI. I mean, in total, I probably spent 3 days on this, and this SaaS could go off to generate 20, 30, 50, 100K MRR, or way more than that, right? Now it's just based on marketing. But at least from getting up the SaaS, which this probably would have taken, working really hard, like 3 to 4 weeks before, took 2-3 days of actual like focus time. I know it's been a couple days since I started this, but we've been doing a ton of stuff in between. So yeah, hopefully this is valuable. If you have any questions or something else you want to see, leave them in the comments, and I'll try and get to some of them. But yeah,